Welcome to Pretense of Justice News Update. We keep our pulse on legal issues. We are compassionate, informative, and driven. We advocate justice for all. We are Pretense of Justice. Let the justice begin.
Welcome back. Right here in our backyard in Maryland, one local group lives and works for the notion that injustice happens in empty courtrooms. They're trying to fix that, relying on cameras in Maryland courts. Joining me to discuss is Dr. Carmen Johnson, Director of CourtWatch PG in Prince George's County. Dr. Johnson, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So to kick things off, what is CourtWatch PG and what's the work that you guys do?
CourtWatch PG is a creation from our executive director named Kiana Johnson. And this is a pillar under life after release in Prince George's County, Maryland. And she came up with this idea that CourtWatch was very important because we understand that injustices happen in an empty courtroom.
And just looking at all of the work that you have done using cameras in the courtroom, how critical are they for you to be able to do this work?
It's very important because, number one, it helps with the environment. Number two, it allows family members that are senior citizens or disabled or cannot get off work, they are able to log into the courtroom and support their loved one that's facing the judge.
Can you give us an example of all the many courtrooms you've had eyes on and all of the things that you've watched throughout the course of your work with CourtWatch PG, not just you, but your team, where a camera in the courtroom made the difference?
Well, one instance was a loved one's family member was unable to take off from work. So what they ended up doing was they went into a closet in their job and they was able to log into the courts and show support to the loved one that was facing the judge. And of course, that judge did release them because the family member was able to speak on their behalf in a supply closet at their job.
You guys have been able to pull in volunteers from all across the country. Most recently, and perhaps notably, we saw Fiona Apple using her social media presence to volunteer for you guys and talk about access to the courtrooms. But just curious, is there a risk that there may no longer be cameras in the courtroom or that you wouldn't be able to have that kind of access going forward in the post-pandemic era?
We won't be able to log in. We would just have to go back to sitting in the courtrooms like we did in the past, and we was there Monday through Fridays, and we would just have to continue that. But the biggest risk is, again, injustices happen in an empty courtroom, and the community need to be more involved, and they need to be able to support their loved ones that is facing the judge in the court.
Well, Dr. Carmen Johnson, thank you so much for the work that you do and for taking time to talk with us this evening. We appreciate your insights, and we'll have you back again sometime soon.